Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you've surely noticed how the NFC South has been simmering with activity. It's a division that's always been known for its unpredictability, but this offseason has taken things to a different level. The Atlanta Falcons, a team that's been in a bit of a rebuild mode over the past few seasons, seems poised to make a significant leap forward. And honestly, the buzz is all about how the Falcons are positioning themselves to not just contend, but potentially dominate this division once again. So let's dive into what's happening, what it means for the Falcons, and how this could shape the NFL's landscape in the coming months. To understand the current momentum surrounding Atlanta, we need to look back at their recent seasons. It's been a roller coaster, no doubt. The Falcons have experienced highs like their deep playoff runs a few years back, but also some tough lows that tested the patience of their dedicated fan base. The 2022 season was particularly interesting. They finished with a record that hovered around 500, showing flashes of potential but still struggling with consistency. The offense showed promise, especially with their young quarterback Desmond Ridder, who's been earmarked as the franchise's future. The defense, on the other hand, needed reinforcements in key areas, which has been a focus for the front office heading into this season. Now, fast forward to this offseason, and what we're seeing is a team that's been actively reshaping its roster. Rumors have been swirling about key acquisitions, both on offense and defense. The Falcons have been linked to some notable free agents, and their draft strategy has been all about building for the future while trying to stay competitive right now. For example, the addition of a veteran wide receiver to complement Drake London could be a game changer, providing Ridder with more weapons to elevate the offense. On the defensive side, bolstering the pass rush and improving linebacker depth have been priorities, and the team has made some strategic moves to enhance those areas. What's truly exciting for Falcons fans is the sense that this team is not just aiming for a rebuild, but for a real shot at contending in the NFC South. With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going through their own transition after Tom Brady's departure, and the Carolina Panthers still trying to find their footing with a new quarterback, the Falcons see a window of opportunity opening up. The Saints, always a tough opponent, remain competitive, but Atlanta has been quietly building a roster that could take advantage of any slip-ups by their division rivals. But it's not just about the roster moves. It's also about the strategic mindset of head coach Arthur Smith and his coaching staff. Arthur's been praised for his offensive ingenuity, especially in developing quarterback Desmond Ridder and maximizing the talents of the players around him. His approach has always been about smart, disciplined football, minimizing turnovers, and capitalizing on opportunities. If the team can clean up some of the mistakes that plagued them last season, like penalties and missed assignments, they could see a significant jump in their win-loss record. The player development side is also worth mentioning. The Falcons have some promising young talent like tight end Kyle Pitts and safety Jesse Bates, who are expected to have breakout seasons. Pitts, in particular, has been working tirelessly to overcome injuries and become a focal point of their passing game. If he can stay healthy and continue to develop chemistry with Ridder, Atlanta's aerial attack could become one of the league's most dangerous. Meanwhile, the defense is expected to be more aggressive, with new schemes and a focus on creating turnovers, which could be the difference maker in close games. Now, what about their schedule? The Falcons face some challenging matchups early in the season, but that can serve as a litmus test for their true potential. The NFL is all about momentum, and a strong start can do wonders for the confidence of a team like Atlanta. Plus, with the NFC South being more open than ever, every game within the division takes on extra significance. It's a golden opportunity for the Falcons to establish dominance from the get-go and put pressure on their rivals. As we look ahead to the season, the big question is, can Atlanta finally capitalize on this momentum? Will their new additions, combined with the development of their young stars and the tactical acumen of Arthur Smith, be enough to push them into serious playoff contention? The answer will unfold over the next few months, but all signs point to a team that's ready to surprise many. The division seems more vulnerable than ever, and that's exactly the kind of opening the Falcons have been waiting for. And speaking of expectations, fans should remember that this is more than just a rebuild. It's about making a statement. Atlanta has a rich football history, filled with iconic players and memorable moments. The city's fan base is one of the most passionate in the league, and they've been craving a team that can contend for a Super Bowl once again. The organization understands that, and they've been working behind the scenes to deliver a roster capable of making that dream come true. Looking at some of the key players, Desmond Ridder's development is critical. If he can take that leap and become a franchise quarterback, it could elevate the entire team. His arm talent, mobility, and leadership qualities have been promising, but consistency will be the key. The coaching staff has been emphasizing decision-making and reading defenses better, so expect to see Ritter grow in those areas as this season progresses. Meanwhile, the running game remains a vital part of their identity. With Bijan Robinson now in the mix, the Falcons have added a dynamic playmaker who can change the game with his speed and vision. Robinson's versatility as both a runner and a receiver makes him a perfect fit for Arthur Smith's offense. If he can stay healthy and get enough touches, defenses will have a hard time stopping Atlanta's attack, especially with a balanced approach that keeps defenses guessing. On the defensive side, the Falcons have been focusing on creating pressure up front. They've added players via free agency and the draft that can generate sacks and disrupt opposing offenses. Young pass rushers like Arnold Ebiketie and Michael Walker are expected to take steps forward, and veteran leadership from guys like Jesse Bates will help stabilize the secondary. The defense's success will hinge on their ability to create turnovers and reduce big plays allowed, a crucial aspect if Atlanta wants to make a real playoff push. So as the season approaches, the excitement among Falcons fans is palpable. There's a belief that this could be the year they finally break through and return to the postseason with a serious shot at making noise. Of course, there are always challenges, injuries, unexpected setbacks, tough opponents, but the overall sentiment is optimistic. The team's roster depth, coupled with the strategic vision of the coaching staff, creates a strong foundation for a successful campaign. All of this adds up to a very intriguing story. The Atlanta Falcons are at a pivotal point. They're not just rebuilding, they're reloading, rethinking, and reasserting their place in the NFC South and beyond. Fans are eager to see how it all unfolds, and I can tell you, the energy around this team is electric. The NFL season is just around the corner, and the Falcons are ready to make their mark. Whether it's a deep playoff run or just a step forward in their development, one thing is for sure, Atlanta is back in the conversation, and they're not going quietly. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking at the broader NFL context, the Falcons' rise could have ripple effects across the league. Other teams are watching Atlanta's offseason moves closely, and a successful season could shift power dynamics not just within the NFC South but across the NFC as a whole. The NFC has been somewhat wide open, with teams like San Francisco, Philly, and Dallas all vying for supremacy, but the Falcons might just be the team that sneaks into that conversation by the end of the year. Their ability to stay healthy, execute their game plan, and perhaps most importantly, develop their young talent will determine just how far they can go. And let's not forget the importance of the fans in all of this. The energy in the city of Atlanta, especially with the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium now fully energized by the team's potential, is electric. The fans have been waiting patiently for this moment, dreaming of a return to the top of the NFC and a shot at the Super Bowl. With the team's recent moves and the promising signs on the field, that dream doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. The organization has set the stage for a possible renaissance, and if everything clicks into place, we could be witnessing a new chapter in Falcons history, one filled with success, excitement, and unforgettable moments. Now, for the players, this is more than just a season. It's about legacy, about making a mark that lasts long after they hang up their cleats. For Desmond Ridder, it's about proving that he's the leader the Falcons have been waiting for. For Bijan Robinson, it's about showing that he can be one of the elite running backs in the league. For the defenders, it's about locking down opponents and creating chaos in the backfield. And for the entire team, it's about creating a culture of winning, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. As we wrap up this deep dive into what's happening with the Atlanta Falcons, remember that football is more than just a game. It's a passion, a source of hope and pride for millions of fans. Every offseason, every game, every play has the potential to turn the tide and change the course of history. And right now, it feels like Atlanta is on the brink of something special, a season that could redefine their future and solidify their place among the NFL's elite. So stay tuned, Falcons fans. Keep that fire burning bright because the journey is just beginning. The NFL season is set to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and Atlanta is ready to step into the spotlight. Whether they're competing for a playoff spot, making a deep run, or simply laying the groundwork for future greatness, one thing is certain: the passion, the pride, and the fight are alive and well in Atlanta. And I, for one, can't wait to see how this story unfolds because it's shaping up to be one for the history books. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.